Certificate Renewal 2020. This information is for educators whose certificates are expiring in 2020 only. It is RIDE's objective to help you understand the process of renewing your certificate. By the end of this presentation, you will know if you need PLUs to renew your certificate in 2020, the process for renewing your certificate, your responsibility and your LEA's responsibility as you prepare for certificate renewal, how you can transfer PLUs from one LEA to another if you need to, and what will happen if you do not meet the 2020 renewal requirements. Do you have initial or professional certificates expiring in 2020? Here is a quick overview of how certificate renewal will play out in 2020. We hope you will follow along the flowchart to see when you need PLUs if you are renewing your certificate in 2020. You will fall into one of two categories. You will either have work experience in a Rhode Island public school, or you will not have work experience in a Rhode Island public school. If you have worked in a Rhode Island public school, you will again fall into one of two categories. You will have worked all years of your certificate cycle, or you will have worked some but not all years of your certificate cycle. If you have worked all years of your certificate cycle, you will fall into one of four categories. The categories are: 1. You do not have the required number of PLUs. 2. You hold an initial certificate and have the 20 PLUs required for renewal. 3. You hold a professional certificate and have the 15 PLUs required for renewal. Or 4. You have a professional certificate, have the 15 PLUs required for renewal, and have attained an aspirational benchmark. Finally, if you fall into Category 1 and do not have the required number of PLUs, you will be required to apply for the 1-year Special Provisional Certificate. This is a once-in-your-career certificate, which will allow you 1 year to complete the required number of PLUs for your previous renewal. If you fall into Category 2 and have the 20 PLUs required for renewal, you will progress to a 5-year professional certificate. If you fall into Category 3 and have the 15 PLUs required for renewal, you will renew as a 5-year professional certificate. If you fall into Category 4, have the 15 PLUs required for renewal, and have attained an aspirational benchmark, you will progress to a 7-year advanced certificate. When we began this slide, if you fell into the categories of worked some but not all years of your certificate cycle, or have no work experience in a public school in Rhode Island, you will not need PLUs for renewal, and you will renew to the same certificate type that you held, either an initial or a professional certificate. Please note, if you are working as a long-term substitute or are in a 1-year only assignment for any of your years of employment, you are not counted as working all years and therefore do not need PLUs. Aspirational benchmarks. Let me explain that. If you hold a professional certificate and meet the required PLUs and have attained one of the aspirational benchmarks during your certification cycle, you will be eligible to progress to the 7-year advanced certificate. The 4 aspirational benchmarks are attaining or renewal of national board certification, conferral of an advanced degree in a related subject or content area from an accredited institution of higher learning, or receipt of a RIDE or national recognition such as the Milken Award, State Teacher of the Year, or the Presidential Award winner for Math and Science. Or lastly, issuance of an additional RIDE certificate in one of the expert residency shortage areas identified by RIDE. Please refer to the RIDE website for a list of the approved shortage areas and more information on aspirational benchmarks. Where does renewal begin in 2020? It begins with you. Complete all required PLUs. PLUs must be completed prior to the superintendent or designee sign-off. RIDE recommends that you keep track of your PLUs. The LEA reviews for PLU completion and signs off that you have met the required number of PLUs for your renewal. Remember, sign-off cannot happen until after you have completed the required number of PLUs. My eCert will not allow you to apply, and paper applications will not be accepted. When and how does my LEA sign off on my eligibility for renewal? When? After all required PLUs are completed. How? Your superintendent or designee is required to sign off on your PLUs prior to you applying for renewal. An electronic system for signing off on your PLUs will be available to the superintendent or designee within eRIDE beginning in January of 2020. At that time, you will be able to apply to renew your certificates. But wait, I moved to a different LEA this year. If you accrued the PLUs required within the LEA where you are currently employed, you do not need to go back to your former LEA to get PLU credits. So how do I transfer credit for PLUs from another LEA? Number 1, if you did not accrue the required PLUs in your current LEA, you can use your PLUs accrued in your previous LEA. RIDE has developed a form that can be used to transfer PLUs from one LEA to another LEA. It is titled Professional Learning Unit PLU Verification Form. You can download this form from the certification page on RIDE's website. Go to the RIDE website and click on Getting Certified. Remember, if you accrued the required PLUs within your current LEA, you will not need to transfer credit from another LEA. Here is how you transfer PLUs. You, the educator, will fill out your verification form, complete the tracker, and have compiled evidence of your approved professional learning activities, and bring both to the superintendent or designee of your previous LEA. The superintendent of your previous LEA ensures that PLUs and tracker are valid and correct according to the LEA's approval process, and signs off on your verification form. You, the educator, bring your verification form to your current LEA. The current LEA reviews the verification form and professional learning tracker from your previous LEA as part of your renewal eligibility process. Your new LEA must honor the completed PLUs from the previous LEA. So my PLU should transfer from my previous LEA, right? You are responsible to initiate this process. Maintain your professional learning tracker as you go and submit it with the PLU verification form to the outgoing LEA. If necessary, RIDE has developed a sample professional learning tracker. Download it from RIDE's website. LEAs must accept a new hire's PLUs, provided that all documentation is in order. PLU reciprocity is in effect. Use the RIDE-developed PLU verification form to get sign-off. Get your transfer PLU signed off on the PLU verification form developed by RIDE. This form can also be downloaded from RIDE's website. Things you may still be wondering about. Let us review some other questions you may still have. What if I am using multiple certificate types in my work assignment? Can I renew before my PLUs are signed off? What if I do not have the required number of PLUs? We will be addressing these questions as we go through the next few slides. What if I am using multiple certificate types in my work assignment? We've created a chart for you to use, but the main thing to remember, if you are using a combination of certificates, the only certificate types that require PLUs for renewal are the initial certificate and the professional certificate. This is the same when you're only using one certificate type. If you are using an initial or a professional, you will need PLUs. Please note, preliminary certificates require completion of status form requirements for renewal. Can I renew before my LEA signs off on my PLUs? No. The online system will prevent you from renewing. If you submit a paper certification renewal application to the certification office, it will be sent back to you. RIDE has sent an email notifying you as to whether you need or do not need PLUs for renewal. What if I do not have the required PLUs? First of all, this is highly unlikely. But if you do not, you cannot renew your certificate. You will need to apply for the 1-year special provisional certificate, and that will allow you 1 year to complete the required PLUs. This is a one-time opportunity to complete the required PLUs. If you do not complete the required PLUs, you will no longer hold Rhode Island certification, except if you hold a life professional certificate. Upon completion of the required PLUs and the expiration of the special provisional certificate, you will apply for and be issued the remaining time on your full certificate. So, what are my next steps in preparation for renewing my certificate? We have created a checklist to help you with this. Number 1. Complete the required professional learning units approved by your superintendent or designee. Number 2, if you need PLUs from another LEA, use the PLU verification form. Your current superintendent cannot sign off until they see that form. 3, starting January 6th of 2020, check your My eCert portal to see if you are able to renew online. The system has predetermined your renewal status and will indicate your eligibility to renew. And number 4, if the portal does not allow online renewal and you are sure that you have completed the required number of PLUs, reach out to your superintendent or designee to request PLU sign-off. Additional resources and contact information. If you want to see the information shared in this video in an easy-to-print format, head on to our website. You can ask us a question or two by emailing us at the Educator Quality mailbox, or you can submit a help desk ticket. If you still have questions, you can also call us at 401-222-4600, and you will be connected to the appropriate RIDE staff member. Thank you so much, and we hope this information is helpful as you prepare for your renewal in 2020.